Yo, welcome to another episode of Shaw Sports and Faith, SSF, and today is a sports-based topic. What I'm talking about today is, and as I usually say, I know you guys see it in the description of this video, the hypocrisy of Shadeur Sanders versus Tim Tebow. Shadeur Sanders was a superstar quarterback in college. He excelled at Jackson State in Colorado. His dad, Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, was his coach. Deion Sanders, known as Coach Prime, shocked the sports world by signing a deal with Jackson State to be their coach. Coach Prime came to JSU, but he also brought with him his son, Shadeur Sanders. Coach Prime, with his amazing charisma, won over many fans. He already had many fans due to his charisma and his exceptional, dominant play as an NFL quarterback and a Major League Baseball player. Fans were excited to see what Deion would do at JSU with his son playing quarterback for him. Coach Prime went on to dominate at Jackson State University as he won 2 SWAC championships. His son, Shadeur, dominated. Coach Prime took his talents to Colorado, a Division I school. Colorado was a struggling program. They had plenty of success in the 90s, but the success was gone. Many wondered, could Coach Prime succeed at Colorado? They also wondered, could Shadeur Sanders succeed at Colorado? Colorado played better in Coach Prime's first season than Colorado played the year before his arrival. In Coach Prime's second season, they played much better, winning 9 games and advancing to a bowl game. Shadeur Sanders played great that season. I thought he should have been in the Heisman conversation. After that season, he put his name in the NFL draft. I thought, like many others, that he would be a first-round draft pick. He fell in the draft, according to reports, because of his lack to read defenses in a timely manner and his cockiness. He was drafted in the 5th round by the Browns. He got his first start in Week 12 against the Raiders, in which he played a pretty solid game, and he also got the win. The sports media went crazy. Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow was a highly recruited high school football player. He dominated high school football. He had many recruiters hoping to sign him. He was a 5-star recruit, and he was a top 25 player in the nation. He signed with Florida in 2006. He was a backup in his freshman season when Florida won the national championship. He started his second season where he dominated. He won the Heisman Trophy Award, throwing for over 3,200 yards, throwing 32 touchdowns to just 6 interceptions, and rushing for almost 900 yards and scoring 23 touchdowns as a runner. The Gators went 9-4 and earned a spot at the Capital One Bowl, but they lost to Michigan. In 2008, the Gators won the national championship with Tim Tebow as their quarterback. Tim Tebow had another stellar season, and he was a Heisman finalist again, but he didn't win. In 2009, the Gators had another spectacular season with Tim Tebow as their starting quarterback. Tim Tebow played well as he normally did at Florida. The Gators won 13 games and lost only 1. They won the Sugar Bowl against Cincinnati in a dominating way. Tim was a senior that season. He had one of the best college football careers in college football history. He put his head in the NFL draft. He wasn't expected to be a good NFL prospect. His throwing motion was very awkward. It was a slow throwing motion. He didn't read defenses well, according to NFL GMs. He was picked by the Denver Broncos in the 2010 NFL Draft in the first round as the 25th overall pick. He had a few successful moments in the NFL, but no real success in the NFL. He ended up out of the league in only a few years. The hypocrisy. Tim Tebow prayed, celebrated, talked about faith, and showed passion. Many critics said, man, he's forcing his faith. He is not real. He's only showing off his faith for the cameras. Most of his actions, to me, were grounded in humility, gratitude, and simplicity. When Shadeur Sanders shows confidence, it's celebrated as swagger. Shadeur does the watch flex. He shows off his luxury lifestyle. He trash talks, and his bold statements are all instead of being criticized, they're all praised for him being a dog, having swagger, showing personality, and building his brand. Not all of sports media feel this way, but most of them do. The ones that call out the bragging, if white, are called racist. The blacks who criticize the bragging are considered coons. Tebow's boldness was spiritual, and he got criticized for it. Shadeur's boldness is boasting, and people love it. Society is more comfortable with flexing wealth, bragging on yourself, and building a brand. People as a whole are not cool with you displaying faith rather than you bragging, and they don't want to see you showing a lot of humility. They call you boring if you don't boast. As a whole, the media is not cool with you constantly giving God the credit. Tebow's identity was football, faith in Jesus, being humble, and service. Shadeur's identity is his brand, style, boasting, and celebrity. Tebow was a talented football player in college. He was and he is a leader, just like Shadeur is a leader to me. He also had many fans who were followers of Christ who supported him. Shadeur has many fans now for different reasons than Tebow. They love his flash, just like they love Deion's flash in boastful ways. Most of Shadeur fans are black. They love what seems to be his arrogant ways. They see it as confidence. They love his dad and still love his dad for the same reasons. His dad, gotta give him credit, bagged it up. Shadeur bagged it up in college. It is yet to be seen will he bag it up in the professional level. Faith in Jesus is not popular. Boasting and arrogance, well, it is popular. It represents hip hop. Hip hop is the #1 genre of music. Both guys had wonderful college careers. Both guys are and were quarterbacks. Tim Tebow had a more successful career in college compared to Shadeur's college career. Shadeur seems to be the better NFL prospect. Both guys have a really big fan base. Both guys are very charismatic. They are both charismatic in different ways, though. They have a big fan base for different reasons. Tim Tebow had Christian fans who loved that he was and is a rider for Christ. They saw and see him as a fellow Christian brother. They loved his passion for the game. They loved his leadership. It also helps that he was very successful. He has a humble, pleasant personality. He received a lot of media attention because of his personality. He received more praise than what he should have gotten for his little bit of success because of his fans in the media. Most of his fans seem to be white. He got several opportunities that he probably shouldn't have gotten because of his fans and his personality. To be honest, black people in the media space stated that Tebow should not be in the NFL. They heavily criticized his play on the field. They were the ones who felt he was fake. Shadeur has a big fan base because of his dad's celebrity status. They love the boasting, the bragging, and the arrogance. They love his fashion. They love that his dad is in his life and making sure that he is successful. It is mostly because his dad is, again, Deion. His fans feel like he relates more with the hood. He represents hip-hop culture. Most of his fans are black again. They criticize anyone who criticizes Shadeur. If you're white and criticize his game, you're racist. If you're black and criticize his game, then again, you're a coon. It's like you can't have an honest take about Shadeur, at least if it involves any negative talk about him. You got to talk about him in a positive way. Both of these guys' fans overlooked both guys' weaknesses. Their fans overhype both of their little bit of professional success. They heavily criticize anyone who criticized any one of their favorite players. Both guys' fans idolize them. Idol worship is only for the Most High. God hates it. Idol worship is against what any follower of Christ should be a part of. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. Peace and love.